Genius is a gift and a curse. Those who possess a brilliant mind find themselves at the forefront of innovation, discovery, and success. But the price to be paid can be steep, and Monica Weiss understood this. Her name, IQ, being a reflection of her brilliance, and there are struggles she faces because of this that tear her apart, and her yearning to overcome them may lead to her undoing. Monica Weiss was born to a pair of high-achieving and highly intelligent individuals. Her mother was a renowned mathematician, and her father was an inventor with a high academic rapport. Both pushed Monica to pursue excellence, as well as her siblings. Monica excelled in everything she put her mind to. She won many awards in math, science, and music, and at the young age of 16, she interned at a local tech company, pushing her knowledge and achievements. She was invited to MIT, where she focused her studies on electrical engineering, where she received accolades for her research in microelectronics. For her graduate degree, she joined Caltech for training in experimental electrical engineering, and after so much academic achievement, Monica chose to travel the world for a year, from which she gained a taste for patriotism and suffered a bit of homesickness. She returned to Germany and joined the BPOL as an officer. After 2 years of excelling in the ranks, she was invited to join the GSG-9. Monica stated that part of the reason she chose law enforcement, despite her incredible intelligence and having many far more well-paying career paths to choose, was that she felt that it allowed her to pursue her interests in electrical engineering and innovation while also giving back to her country. However, Sixth Director Harry had a different opinion. Weiss seeks creative discovery. The academic world is rewarding but restrictive, and Weiss requires the ability to be flexible in her discoveries and research. Perhaps it was her desire to pursue further flexibility that led her and other GSG-9 recruits to join Rainbow in 2015. During her time in Rainbow, Monica adopted the nickname IQ for her brilliance in the R&D department. Working to help innovate and improve gadgets and equipment of other operators, including Warden smart glasses, are just a few of her claims to fame. However, her time with Rainbow wasn't entirely going Monica's way. Monica suffers from perfectionism. She values her ability to pursue goals and achieve them to the point that failure just isn't an option for her. Always the brightest one in the room, IQ is no longer the only capable operator, and thus she feels the fire of competition. She's developed rivalries with operators like Pulse and Mira, and upon Nighthaven joining forces with Rainbow Six, her feelings of inadequacy only increased, as she was able to see the difference technologically between Rainbow and Nighthaven. Things got worse in the 2020 Rainbow Invitational when, while working with Vigil's squad, she suffered a severe loss in the tournament. And this loss affected the perfectionist IQ. She began to feel abrasive towards Rainbow. She made few friends, and even confessed to Harry that she didn't care to make any close friends, as only her family could understand her. While Harry knew it wasn't his place to force relationships on her, he worried that if she didn't begin to form bonds with her teammates or with someone, then it would get harder for IQ. Suffering from insomnia and late nights of work and experimentation in the R&D department only deteriorated her performance. IQ is breaking under the weight of her own expectations. In 2021, IQ and other operators from Rainbow were invited to Kali's R&D facility in Singapore, where Anya Osa Yankovic allowed her to test some of the equipment.
Tracking target at full velocity. Predicting trajectory. Wunderbar!
Did I mention it comes wrist-mounted?
Weiss was left blown away by the experience and began to consider leaving both Rainbow and the GSG-9 to join Nighthaven, where her desire for further experimentation could blossom, further implying her desire to be in law enforcement was not born from patriotism but, as Harry suspected, personal desire to grow academically. In the split between Rainbow and Nighthaven, where Kali cut ties with Rainbow and invited many Rainbow operatives to join her in Nighthaven, IQ was one of the first to accept the invitation, much to the surprise of her fellow GSG-9 operators. According to Kali, IQ required a particular environment to be comfortable and to thrive. Because of her respect and admiration for Osa and her R&D capabilities, Kali has worked to have the two collaborate and work together frequently. Kali makes mention that IQ had no love for the private sector in the past, so her decision to join Nighthaven was interesting and could open up Kali's eyes to understanding how to better appeal to people like her. Currently, IQ's actions in Nighthaven are strictly classified, though it is known she has been deployed on at least 2 missions by Kali, where she works closely with Osa. After Nighthaven's suspected involvement in the assassination of Yahada, Nighthaven's headquarters was raided by Rainbow's Ghost Eyes squad, and some of the operators, including Kali, were brought into custody. It's uncertain if IQ was one of the ones captured. In terms of her gadget, IQ carries the RED Mark III Spectre, a wrist-mounted scanner that, when activated, allows IQ to see any electronic device in the immediate area. The items shown through the scanner are translucent and give off visible waves from them to help identify them. The range of the RED is 20 meters, and it is capable of seeing the objects through walls. While the RED is active, IQ can only use her secondary weapon, the P-12 handgun. The RED is capable of seeing more than just cameras and bombs, though. She can also see proximity alarms, bulletproof cameras, Kapkan traps, mute jammers, Jaeger's ADS, Bandit shock batteries, Echo's yokai, Pulse's heartbeat sensor, Legion's goo mines, Vigil's disruptors, Mozzie's pests, Cade's electrocards, Alibi prismas, Warden glasses, Thorn's razor blooms, and many, many more. In essence, her gadget is a hard counter to almost every defensive operator who relies on electronics. The scanner can be activated and deactivated at will, but it's important to note that while the scanner is out, only her secondary is usable. To use her primary, the scanner must be deactivated.
RED scanning. Spotted bomb.
In terms of her loadout, IQ has 3 optional primaries and only 1 secondary. In terms of primaries, she carries the AUG A2 assault rifle. It's very much a standard assault rifle in all categories. It boasts reasonable damage output, a marginal recoil kick, and it's easily controlled and has a decent rate of fire, making it useful in all areas, but not exceptional in any. The largest problems with this gun are that it lacks grip attachments to assist in handling, and attaching sight attachments can limit visions on the right-hand side of the viewer's screen, as the gun can be bulky at hit level. This can be circumvented when brought up to look down sights, but if in a tight situation, it's not always good when you can't see what's on your right side. Her other primary is the 5.52 Commando Assault Rifle. It's a decent option with a fast reload time and having significantly high single-shot damage, but it suffers from a very slow rate of fire compared to other assault rifles. Its recoil kick is a tad jumpy, but that can be adjusted with a handle grip. All in all, it's a fine gun, but probably not the one to choose, especially since it suffers in close quarters due to its low rate of fire.
Four remaining. The diffuser has been secured. Friendly, last operator standing. Op 4 eliminated.
And then finally for primaries, she has the G8A1 LMG. It's likely the best choice you could have in terms of primary. This LMG has a fast firing rate and boasts a 50-round drum magazine, which gives it a faster rate of fire than other belt-fed LMGs like Maestros or Fuses. It also has an 850 round per minute firing rate with impressively high damage output, which allows this LMG to perform like an assault rifle, giving this gun the benefits of an assault rifle damage output and reload speed, but combining it with an LMG's magazine capacity, making this weapon a devastating option. Its only real weakness is a slow ADS time, which can be frustrating for most who like to use speedy ADS of some assault rifles. However, this can be adjusted by equipping an angle grip, as the recoil of the weapon is relatively manageable. This weapon is probably your best choice for IQ.
Last operator standing.
Now, in terms of her secondary, which you will have to get used to if you want to use her scanner, she has the P12 handgun. It's acceptable. It does 44 damage per shot, which makes it a little subpar in damage output, and unfortunately, it does have a rather steep damage drop-off, making it most effective in mid to close quarters usage. Its greatest strength is its low recoil kick, which is essential for IQ, as this is the only weapon she can use when using her R&D scanner. The best way of playing IQ, I find, it takes a degree of stealth and location. Use IQ's scanner to seek out enemy equipment that may be waiting for you when entering the map. Also, use it to spot any traps near the objective. A smart play is to send IQ above or below the objective room and scan out for enemy gadgets inside. She can then fire her suppressed pistol from a safe location and destroy the enemy equipped. It's also good to team her up with operators like, say, Thatcher or Dokkaebi, who can either eliminate gadgets she can't shoot or can force operators to use their phones to give away locations. Practicing with her pistol will be mandatory, as once the defenders start to notice that IQ is picking off their gear, they'll scramble to stop her, and in those instances, it's critical you be ready to fire on anyone who tries to interfere with you. But, when in doubt, you have 2 decent assault rifles and 1 god-tier LMG to waste the defending operators who get in your line of sight. Just be aware, you have a lower amount of health than most operators, so it's good to have a teammate who can cover you while you work. In conclusion, the common joke about IQ is all about her tight jeans that show us just how, thick she is. And I can't deny that's a good selling point for her as an operator. Russian Badger put it best when he described her as an IQ-ty patootie. But beyond her appearance, IQ as an operator is pretty basic. Her ability to seek out and counter enemy operator gadget makes her important at offering intel to her team, but her low health prevents her from pushing the objective very hard. So she's best as a support operator. From a lore perspective though, while I can't say I necessarily like her story, I do enjoy the lore. Monica as a character has a complicated series of goals she wants to meet. Her perfectionist mindset has not only been a source of stress in her life, but also has pushed her into making potentially harmful decisions, like joining Nighthaven. Someone who rushes too fast into the academic world to further her goals is a fascinating character choice. IQ is introverted and doesn't make relationships easy, and that makes her all the more believable, and it makes it more likely that she would pick up Nighthaven. She lacks the loyalty and camaraderie that is required to maintain her roots. She was not bound by patriotism to stay with the GSG-9, and she has no real bonds or brotherhood to stay with Rainbow. She was driven only by a desire to pursue greater achievements, and since Nighthaven values such things, it was easier for her to make that choice. I can't say I agree with her course of action, but I can respect a character like her. It shows she's well-rounded, three-dimensional, and cunning. But in all things, I want to thank you guys again for watching my video, and I will see you in my next one. Take care.